Hello, this is lesson 3 in this last little mini unit we're in, and today we are going to focus on how to do calculations using the various gas laws. Okay, so there's actually quite a few gas laws, but we are only going to talk about the combined gas law because the combined gas law has all of the gas laws in them. So the other day we were talking about P, T, and V, the three things that affect gases: pressure, temperature, and volume. And so this little equation right here puts them all together. But remember that most of the time one of them is staying constant. So we could use this formula to derive anything. So for example, if pressure is not changing, then just leave pressure out of the equation. And your equation is volume divided by temperature. Okay? A couple things to note, and we did mention this the other day. Temperature has to be in Kelvin. Okay? Kelvin does not go below 0. So we cannot use Celsius. We have to convert. And so to do so, all we would do is take our degrees Celsius, add 273, and that'll give me my temperature in Kelvin. A couple things to keep in mind. We talked about this the other day. There are various types of pressure. So we might have atmospheres, kilopascals, millimeters of mercury, pounds per square inch, or even torr sometimes. Okay? Volume is usually always going to be in liters. If you see it in milliliters, that's okay as well. We're going to talk about temperature. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through a couple examples here. All right, example 1. We have 5 liters of gas. So liters is telling us a volume. Okay, so we have that. It's collected at negative 30 degrees Celsius. That is a temperature. The gas is then allowed to expand to 20 liters. So we have another volume. What is the new temperature? So T2 is what we're looking for. So obviously in this scenario, pressure is not changing at all. So again, just leave it out. So let's just go ahead and plug this in. So we have 5 liters over, okay, remember what we said about temperature. We can't use Celsius. We have to convert to Kelvin because Kelvin never goes below 0. So negative 30, and then to convert, we just add 273. That's equal to our second volume is 20 liters over our unknown T2. All right, so the issue right now is we are solving for a variable that is on the bottom. That's a no-no. So we want to bring it to the top. The easiest thing to do is to cross multiply. So bring that up here. So now we have T2 multiplied by 5 liters is equal to 20 liters multiplied by, and I'm going to go ahead and do this conversion here. That comes out to 243 Kelvin. And now, because again, we want to isolate T2, so we could just divide by 5 on both sides. Another color. So T2 is now, okay, after multiplying and dividing those, I get 972 Kelvin. Whew. All right, last thing I want you to do is kind of keep in mind, does this answer make sense? So think back to when we were doing PTV. Okay, so if P is not changing, leave it out. We saw our volume go from 5 to 20. So our volume went up. So theoretically, what should happen to our temperature? Well, our temperature should also go up due to the relationship they have. So our initial temperature was 243, and now it's 972. So yes, it did go up, so our answer makes sense. We are going to keep sig figs in mind here. I went ahead and put the answer as 3 sig figs because each of the numbers in the question was also 3. FYI, on Schoology, there is an outline of these notes, so if you wanted to be typing this in as we go, you can. If you want to write them down or you just want to come back to this, whatever works for you. Okay, example 2. Let's see, a balloon has 30 liters of helium. So liters is a volume. At 103 kPa. kPa? Oh, kPa stands for kilopascals, which is a type of pressure. So what is the volume of the helium? So that's what we don't know. When the balloon rises to an altitude where the pressure is only 25.0 kilopascals. So there, even if you didn't know kPa was a pressure, later in the question it says the pressure is only. So try to use context clues there if you're unsure about that. So go ahead and let's plug this in. So P1 is 103 kPa multiplied by 30 liters. Okay, that's equal to our second pressure is only 25.0. Okay, kind of running out of space. Times our unknown of V2. Okay, so this one's a lot easier than the last one. If we want to isolate our unknown, which is V2, then all we got to do is divide by 25. So we didn't have any temperatures here. That's why I kind of just left that out of the equation. And let's see. So now V2. Sig figs. Looks like everything is 3. So your calculator will give you something like 123.6. But if we only want to keep 3 digits, then that's going to round to 124 liters. And last thing, let's check, does this make sense? So thinking about PTV, in this scenario, T was not changing, but we saw our pressure dropped. It started at 103, it dropped to 25. So if P goes down, V should go up. So did we see that? Let's see, our initial volume was 30 and it went up to 124. So yes, our answer makes sense. All right, last one here. The gas in a used aerosol can is at a pressure of 1.02 atms. So even if you didn't know atms was pressure, it kind of already told you that. So we know this. And we're given a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. If the can is thrown onto a fire, what will the pressure be when the temperature reaches 928 degrees Celsius? Okay, so this time we are looking for our second pressure. And we were not given volume. So again, just leave it out of the equation. So plug this in. Our initial pressure, 1.02 atm over, okay, temperature cannot be left in degrees Celsius. So we have to go ahead and convert that to Kelvin by adding 273. Okay, that's equal to, we don't know what P2 is, and then temperature 928 But again, we have to go ahead and convert that to Kelvin. All right. Let me go ahead and write what those numbers are. So this one comes out to 298 K. This one's going to be big. 1201 K. All right, so if we're just looking for P2, we want to isolate it. So the easiest thing to do is to cross multiply your temperature over here. So ultimately, you're going to have 1.02 atmospheres multiplied by 1201 Kelvin, and that's still divided by 298 Kelvin. P2. And that comes out to 4.11 atmospheres. Let's double check. Does our answer make sense? So PTV. What was staying constant was our volume. What did we know change? Our temperature was originally 298 and went up to 1201, so our temperature went up. So that means our pressure should also go up. So we started with a pressure of 1.02 and it went up to 4.11. So yes, our answer makes sense. So those are the three different types of questions you're going to see. Each of those gas laws has like a different name, but again, I don't think that's important. Other people will be like, this is Charles' law. And I'm just like, it doesn't matter. All that matters is you know how to use them. So using the combined gas law, you should be able to figure out what is not changing. Use that and make sure your temperature is in Kelvin. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of chemistry class with Miss Reiner. After this, you only have one more lesson and you're done. Woo! Have a great day, guys. I'll see you on Thursday.